Israel is not just another country. It has a special and unique purpose. It was founded as the homeland for the Jewish people in the aftermath of the Second World War and of the Holocaust, where over 6 million human beings were slaughtered. And it was founded on the promise that never again in the history of the world would there not be a place for the Jewish people to go and be safe. It's not just a nation. It is a nation with a special and unique purpose, unlike any other nation in the world. And I, for one, am proud that the United States has stood with Israel for all these years, and I am proud that the American people, on a bipartisan basis, have stood behind the Jewish state of Israel for all of these years. And so the security, safety, and future of Israel is in our national security, as well as a moral obligation of every member of this body and us as a nation. When you have a governing authority whose school curriculum is largely built on instilling in their children the hatred for Jews and how glorious it is to kill Jews, how can you possibly hope for peace? When you have an organization that actively teaches children that killing people because they are Jewish is a glorious thing that should be held up as an attribute, how could you possibly consider them a partner for peace? This president is making a historic mistake. Allies have differences. But allies like Israel, when you have a difference with them and it is public, it emboldens their enemies to launch more rockets out of southern Lebanon and Gaza, to launch more terrorist attacks, to go to international forums and delegitimize Israel's right to exist. And this is what they're doing. This is a historic and tragic mistake.
That's their attitude with Israel all the time. They want to be this honest broker between the Palestinians and the Israelis. We're not an honest broker. We are firmly on the side of Israel. At least we should be. They are the only pro-American, free enterprise democracy in the Middle East. We need to be 100% on their side. And number two, we need to be criticizing Abbas and the Palestinian Authority because they're the ones that are inciting violence. I don't hear Netanyahu going around telling people to stab Palestinians, to attack people. On the contrary, Israeli security forces have taken on extraordinary risk to try to bring this down, the level of violence down. It is the Palestinian side that is inciting the violence. It is the Palestinian side that is encouraging and celebrating people who are attacking Israelis and Jews in the region and others. And it is unacceptable. And I wish we had a White House that was clearly on the side of Israel. This is an outrage. Quite frankly, it is in many ways contributing to the instability in the region and many of the things that we now see.
Israel is not a Republican or Democratic issue. If this was a Republican president doing these things, I would give the exact same speech. In fact, I would be even angrier. This is outrageous, it is irresponsible, it is dangerous, and it betrays the commitment this nation has made to the right of a Jewish state to exist in peace. No people on earth want peace more than the people of Israel. No people has suffered more at the hands of this violence and this terrorism than the people of Israel. And they need America's support, unconditionally. If there are differences, they need to be dealt with privately, like you do with other allies. And more than anything else, they deserve to be treated with more respect, not less, than the respect this president and this White House is giving the supreme leader of Iran. For he would not dare say the things about the supreme leader of Iran now that he's saying about the prime minister of Israel, because he wouldn't want to endanger his peace deal or his arms deal that he's working out with them. I hope he'll reconsider. I hope the bipartisan nature of our support of Israel is reinvigorated. I hope that once again this body, this Congress, and this government will recommit itself to this extraordinarily important relationship. Because if America doesn't stand with Israel, who would we stand with? If Israel, a democracy, a strong American ally on the international stage, if they are not worthy of our unconditional support, then what ally of ours around the world can feel safe in their alliance with us? With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.